Yuta and Hakari has carried Jujutsu Kaisen, and this is a bold claim to make, but I'm gonna explain why. When you really think about it, look at the state Jujutsu Kaisen is right now, and think about what is the highest of highs when it comes to the cooling games and the lowest of lows, if there's any lows. Hakari Kashimo was one of the most anticipated fights you probably ever seen. Everyone wanted to know exactly what their capabilities were, and if you look at Yuta Okkotsu against the 4 people in the Sendai colony, you can also notice that Yuta was very anticipated because we haven't seen him since he went to Africa. That was a long time ago. So when we were able to see these people, there was a lot of anticipation and hype around it. Yes, we saw Yuji, Megami, we saw what happened with other characters in the series, but nothing would compare to when Hakari and Yuta were anticipated to be one of the strongest within the show that went from Jujutsu High. Usu, what's up guys, my name is GX, and before you continue watching the video, make sure you leave a like. I'm trying to aim for around 40 likes. I know you guys can do it, so I'ma just leave that there. Also, I would appreciate if you leave a subscribe, turn on the post notification, and let's get into the video and let me explain why Yuta Okkotsu and Hakari has been carrying Jujutsu Kaisen. First things first, I am not saying that they have carried it from the beginning of the series. Of course, there's a lot of things and a lot of great moments that's actually occurred. But when you think about the cooling game specifically, what are the highest of highs? For me, is when Yuta Okkotsu was about to do the domain expansion, and I remember that he was about to do it 3 ways. When it comes to Hakari, when he did the domain expansion and he looked like he was on death's door. These are the most exciting moments within Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's not the fault of the manga itself. It's just better when you read it weekly. I think we can all be honest here. When it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen, some parts will be amazing when you read it on a week by week basis, whereas some parts may be long and slow unless you actually binge watch it, which then is pretty much more hype. And there's 2 complete distinct differences between the 2. So we've got to think about it by binge value and week by week value. And in terms of week by week value, Jujutsu Kaisen has been great for the characters that we have anticipated the most. So far, that has been for Higuruma, Kashimo, Hakari, and Yuta. These are the people that we have anticipated. Now, not to say that Higuruma and Yuji disappointed, but it's been quite a while since I felt a sense of, this is such a great fight. And that only came when I watched Yuta and Hakari, because that fight, or the fight between the 2, were very peak. And even then, when I talk about the Yuji and Higuruma fight, the dialogue was probably the best out of the cooling games. But I do genuinely believe when it comes to the fighting, Yuta Okkotsu was much more exciting to watch on a week by week basis. I really wanted to know what Yuta was going to do. How is the domain expansion going to work? How is Rika going to be able to help? Is the time running out? There's a lot of things that come into account when you actually watch people like Yuta. And when you go to Hakari, is he going to be able to get the next gamble? We don't know what he's going to get next. Is he going to get a defense? Is he going to give you immortal? There's a lot of things that you think, whoa, what is going to happen next week? I have no idea. You don't know if Kashimo was going to be able to kill him or not. There was just a lot of anticipation. Now, not to slander the current state of Jujutsu Kaisen or get onto it in the bad terms, but if you look at it for what it is right now, when it was Maki's situation, it was kind of obvious Nae was and it was gonna lose. And that was not even including giving Maki a little filler arc, being able to give 1,000 bouts in a sumo simple domain, which she agreed to, and everyone just sat there and watched it. They didn't fight outside of the domain, they just watched it and waited for Maki to get out. For me, that is absurd, and I did not understand what the direction they were taking when they were doing that. But I guess that's what they wanted to do. But I wasn't looking forward to it every single week. In fact, I was kind of dreading it a little bit. Well, the latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen kind of made me, have a bit more excitement for the show again, because they were able to show how strong Maki finally is in her realized form, and now creating a new god of war. Now, as much as you might agree or disagree with me, I think we can all come to a conclusion of, let's just have an update of every single character within the cooling games, as well as have a little bit of a dialogue kind of chapter, like something to let us ease in and understand what is going on right now, and if this is the best way to go about certain things. How are Angel and Megami doing? Is Yuji fine? Is he still in that colony? Is Panda okay with Kashimo? Little things like that, bits and bobs. What is Miwa doing in the Sendai colony? I want a bit of answers, which I think Gege has done for me to be more intrigued bit by bit, and shout out to Gege for that. What is happening to Toda Ioi? What's happening to Unamaki? What's happening to the people that weren't able to even have their armor stuff? Did Yuta heal them, or he wasn't able to? I want to kind of know more information about what's happening in the current state of the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. And Kenjaku's making plans. There's just a lot of things to find out, which I think makes the show a lot better, but it doesn't really help with the fact that the stakes doesn't feel as high, just because of the fact that the heroes have been winning almost every single thing. Now I know Shibuya arc, they held so many L's. Maybe they needed this as a little break. Okay, I guess, I understand. But come on, you know, it's been a while since we saw someone go through a hardship. You know, Camo looked like he was about to die a couple chapters ago, but he didn't even end up dying. Like, I kind of want something crazy to happen. Is it my fault? Am I a bad guy for wanting that? I want to hear something about Nobara too. There's a lot of things I want to find out about. But I guess, you know, low-key, we just have to wait and find out and see with time. Now, if you agree with me when it comes to the fact that Yuta, Okkotsu and Hakari were able to carry Jujutsu Kaisen, let me know down in the comments below. Do you believe this has been the peak within the Cullen games? Do you think this is best times and the best moments that we've seen? Do you think that the Reggie fight versus Megumi might have been the best fight that we've seen? Or Yuji versus Higuruma? You know, there's other things. Takaba was there too. And a lot of other characters. So what do you think down below was the best fight? Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And as I say to the new and old people, that come and visit my channel, Jana.